All right, we are live for Flock University at IHOP, the International House of Pancakes in Clifton Park, just off the Northway exit 9. Cannot miss it. It is a great place to hang out. They've been amazingly just here and helping and hostful. And then there's that dude that rolls around with our media guy who's just throwing blasphemy around over here, running his mouth about Juan Soto or some nonsense. I don't know what's going on over here. Was it Benny who started it? Was it Benny? Benny Ice? Yeah. How the Red Sox doing? I think the Red Sox just signed our waitress. I hope she can throw a curveball or something.
I will definitely say that if you haven't been to IHOP in a while, their menus it's very upgraded, and I'm watching
the French
some
toast
of our
stacks.
people. That French toast is about as big as I've seen. That is a meal. So if you're smart and you want some breakfast, get on down to IHOP. They'll do a great job for you.
And they got steak, they got burgers, they got it all. But that French toast, like Zach ordered the French toast, and like on a scale of Zach to me, like
it's you.
yeah, that like that should be sitting in front of me. Zach looks like if I like swam in a vat of Ozempic, and he's enjoying it, so it's good for everybody.
That's great.
All right, it is Flock University. We appreciate everybody for being up here and checking in, and I think it's important to point out right away that IHOP is becoming a partner of the Firebirds. It's one of the great local establishments that's going to be making sure our guys are fed well, and we appreciate that. It's the community coming together that makes it possible for you to keep bringing in these great players. And you put a couple stacks of French toast in front of our guy Harold Love. I think it's gonna be a good time.
Absolutely. No, we can't do it without the community support. So our fans, our community partners, can't do it without them. It's such an important piece of what we do, and we love to be out in the public and see our flock everywhere around the capital region. So come on out to IHOP, check us out, and see us around town. Like I said, we'll come up with a schedule as it gets closer to the season time. We have various dinners at various establishments where you can come out and eat with the Firebirds and get an idea of how it is to break bread with the Firebirds.
Yeah, even if that bread is now French toast, and we know. I love this place. Like Clinton, the boss, came in to talk to me like a couple weeks ago, and I was like, dude, if I don't get a Rudy Tooty fresh and fruity, I'm gonna leave. And he's like, we have to make one special for you.
See, that's exactly that's what I'm saying. Look at this menu. It's
insane,
different,
man.
This is,
I love it.
This is different.
They kept asking me if I wanted to eat before the show, and I'm like, I want to. I'm not gonna, because I'll be burping and stuff. It'll be bad. But listen, Steve's back there, Father Flocker. He's got the chicken and waffles going. He's excited. Let's do this.
Good man.
And then let me see. I'm looking to see. All right, listen, we can be here all the time. Nani said hi, ladies and gentlemen. She didn't throw any shade at me. So apparently IHOP is on the safe flight for your wife. We're good to go. This is beautiful.
I still just get a kick out of her posts. She's
funny,
I'm very I don't do social media too much, just very basic things, but she's hilarious. And her birthday post was I literally laughed out loud when I read it. I was like, yeah, you're wild.
Right away. I hope she's being funny. Jeff, you get on my damn nerves sometimes. That's everybody. That's a group meets every day. It's called everybody. I did not take that birthday post as a joke, Coach. When she put "leave him alone," I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stay the hell away from Coach that day.
Yeah, she meant it, and she was eyeing me down. The phone was burning a hole in my pocket. I had it on silent, so I kept like reaching down. It was like, keep away from it. All right, had a great time. Went to Turning Stone Casino out there by Utica. Had a wonderful day. Had dinner at Ruth Chris's Steakhouse. They did a phenomenal job of dressing up the table, and we had a phenomenal waiter, and it was just a good time. And like I said, we're getting old, so literally we were turned in pretty early. But it's just it's not as fun as it was when you're 25. You get a little older, you're in pretty early. So, but we had a great time.
It would all depend how lucky I was at Turning Stone, how early I was turning in.
I got my teeth kicked in.
Did you? Yeah. I'd be in bed pretty early too. When it gets to the point, the only thing you can afford is sleep. That time.
That's absolutely.
Let's rock and roll.
So,
All right. So again, live at IHOP. It's our first time here. We're excited. I mean, it's first time here officially. As you can probably guess, I spent a little time in these booths, ready to go. But let me just cut this off before we say, hey guys, where are the tickets? Great question. I'm glad you asked. So they're, as you've probably seen, and as we got to talk about a little bit last time, we are officially part of Vice Sports, and that has caused some timing questions. Who's going to go on what time? Where is this? There's another couple broadcast media type partners involved. So there's kickoff times that could be affected. I don't think it's going to be a huge deal for us, but I don't know that. And because of that, the league and ourselves have, if you notice, not really any teams are doing anything yet, because when we put it out and we go, hey, buy your season tickets, we want you to go, okay, I can go to those games, or I won't be able to make that one, or whatever, and be able to make an informed decision. The number one question that we've been getting is, what about my season tickets? Like, we will not put your season tickets on sale until you have a chance to buy them. We promise that. So nobody's taking your tickets. Nobody's taking your seats. They're yours. We just want to make sure, out of respect to you, that the information you have is the most current possible information when you do put your hard-earned money down. So I apologize for how long it's taking. It's because Nani scares me and I won't go to the office. No, it's just, it's like, I can tell you, the two of us are on the phone every day. Like, can we go? Can we go? Can we do it? And so far we're being, it's the right thing. Like, I want you guys to know what you're buying when you buy. So that being said, before you fill it up with, where are the tickets? Are the tickets on sale yet? They're not on sale yet. We're hustling as hard as we can to get it done, but just in the interest of giving you full details, we can't.
And yes, like I said, I'm very impatient. So I definitely want to get the stuff out to you guys, start making your plans and getting your friends and family together and getting them tickets. And we really want it to be out by Christmas. But ultimately, when you're trying to become a Premier League, getting all your network partners, that's the most complicated part. So we can't be as impatiently gunning at these things that I'd like to be. But once all the network stuff is complete and we make sure all the dates are locked in and times are locked in, we'll obviously be able to start selling those tickets and getting them out to you.
Richard Deitling, no home Sunday night games. I'll write it down.
Can't guarantee that.
I'll be the one to say it. Do you think Vice is putting everything into this deal and not expecting an Albany Firebirds game? I'm gonna be the one to say it. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have at least one. Because if I'm Vice, I'm not gonna. You got the marquee team that, if we didn't have to play a championship with them all, would be your reigning defending champions. Sorry, Billings. If I'm Vice, I'm not getting involved unless I know I'm getting us at least once. That'd be like doing a deal with the NFL and not getting the Chiefs right now, or doing a deal and not getting the Bills, which a lot of teams, they would go for that. That's boring ass Bills. Benny's been starting with me, guys. So everybody who's not here doesn't know, but no. So I almost think it's pretty clear we're gonna be doing that. And then Lenny, the smart ass, where are the tickets? They're in the printer. Still, okay. That's where they are. That's so. Yeah, and it's no lie. Like, he's so patient about so many things. But every day when I walk in the office, you hear about the tickets yet? If I have to go somewhere else and I don't go to the office, I get a text. Hey, you hear about the tickets yet?
Yep, I'm impatient. I'm sorry, but I'm excited for our flock. Excited to get this thing rolling. We have such a good football team, great coaching staff, great organization. League is growing every day, brick by brick, to be outstanding. And so there's just things, obviously, that we can't push or rush, but I'm impatient and I want the stuff to get out to you guys. I can't wait for that day. And as soon as we can, you'll hear me screaming from the rooftops.
Yeah, absolutely. And they don't let us up there. So what do you think? I did see Richard just said, please make it one of the Friday night games. Now we're talking. Now that could be something that we can work on for you. So many people mad at me because I said boring Bills. You know how many future Super Bowl wagers I have based on the Bills right now? If the Bills don't make the Super Bowl, I'm going to be a mad boy. It's going to be a problem. I'll be broker than you were at Turning Stone. All right, so the ticket thing is covered, and again, as soon as we have any kind of news on that, we're all about letting you know, and we'll keep you informed. Obviously, that's the reason we do this show. That free pancakes from IHOP. I'm not gonna lie to him.
Rudy Tooty, fresh and fruity.
Man, that's my jam.
No, that is dating us a little bit.
Well, that's what Clint said in the meeting. I was like, "Can I get a Rudy Tooty, fresh and fruity?" That you say, you want to get rid of the hangover? First of all, you have to be able to say it. Second of all, then get it. Oh man, that's what's up. But they've got a buried treasure, loaded French toast.
Oh, I'm telling you, I went through the menu and it's phenomenal. It's completely different stuff that I've never seen on their menu, and so no, I'm glad to try some new things myself. So
me too. That's why I'm here, just to try new things. That's all. Just try new things. All right. So, how any differences since the last time we got a chance to talk roster? Has there been any differences in the roster?
No, saving a couple spots. Obviously, I do an all-star game in Miami every year in January. I'll be down in Miami from the 15th to the 20th, interviewing kids, going through several practices, and then ultimately playing a game on the 19th. So at the end of the day, I've got to save a few spots for those kids. I've been very successful. We've pulled, I think, 4 kids out of that game over the last couple of years. So it's an important step. So it'll take a little bit more time, obviously picking the right backup quarterback and a couple of other spots that we're going to fill. We're going to be very patient with those things. That
game that you're down there in January, the Senior Bowl, has that always been set for you to coach it, or is that because when you told me about it the first time, I didn't realize how involved you actually were in the coaching. Has it always been you were going to be the coach, or did you get down there and people were like, no, that guy knows more. Go ahead, you go.
Like I said, they first year I went down there as an assistant and just had a phenomenal time. I guess to tell the whole story, it's when you've been inside for a long time. I've been inside for a long time, and so things that just happen in the outdoor game, it's exciting. And so my first year I went down there as an assistant and helping to run an offense and I was just so excited. I mean, I was running around like a kid. I got shorts and t-shirt on. It's January. I just left the snow. I'm running around happy, excited. It was so much fun for me. So that I'm sure they seen that and were like, it's kind of course we want to continue running. And so came back obviously as a head coach. I think they're going to announce, I think the defensive coordinators are going to be announced the head coach this year. I think I'll just be an offensive coordinator if I had to guess this year. But I'm always going to run the offense, and there's just so many kids. This year we've got the list is just growing. Every year this game is getting bigger. It's very exciting. There's a ton of really talented players. This year we've got loaded of great quarterback talent. So there's a lot of things this year is going to be super exciting. Even moved stadiums this year. Moved the team hotel right by the airport. There's a lot of exciting things. And so going to be excited. Obviously we'll get the links and everything to the game for the 19th and get those posted. But that week, I think you're gone for something. And then also I'll be there. So not sure we'll be able to do a flock you that particular week, but maybe I'll send a couple videos or something down from the game.
Yeah, we're both, we're working very hard that week. Like you're, coaching and scouting for the team. I'm going to be scouting a cruise ship. If anybody on there,
I tried to save you.
If anybody on there looks like got a good arm, I'll get some video. I'll check it out.
Don't send a video of you in your Speedo, but
you like that in person. That's in person. Coach,
somebody.
Coach, there's people eating. Don't do that. That's wrong, man. I wouldn't even do that to people eating. The Nelson family just left.
Good stuff.
Yeah. Steve, man. Father Flocker over here scouting the buffet. You ain't exactly going to be in a Speedo no time soon either. It's like a half Speedo with you. Like, that means slow.
And his family is shaking their heads.
No, Nani laughing at me. Everybody laughing. What's up, man? I'm sorry. Listen. By the way, Coach's calendar is coming out. July is a Speedo, just so you know. It costs extra. All the proceeds go to Jeff's gonna get drunk on a boat. Who's funny now, Nani? No, it actually kind of worked out. Like I said, since you're going to be away anyway, and then I've never been on a cruise before. I'm nervous. It's all coming together. But Now I'm waiting to see. Oh, now he's laughing. Okay, good. Jeez. I'm
The
just,
times we have.
Yeah, that threw me. I didn't expect the visual of me in a Tommy Gross. Stop visualizing me in a Speedo. Eyes up here, pal. Eyes up here. Jeez.
Make sure there's a Firebird on there.
Oh, Ben. Yeah, I'm gonna bring. Do you know? All right, so we did AFU. It was Arena Football University. We were in Chicago for it. There's a picture of Ben sitting next to me. Everybody's like, they made a mini Jeff. So I will never ever travel with Benny again, ever. I don't need that. It's like we're like those Russian dolls. Like you're just a couple inside, and then you get down to Benny.
Good stuff.
I don't even want to do this show no more. I don't even want to. You guys win. I'm gonna eat some pancakes. I don't.
Well, let's embarrass somebody else. Let's talk about the Jets. Let's go. Let's go. We'll take the heat off of you. Come on, I got you.
So
let's go.
I've seen. Actually, I saw Father Flocker put in there. He's like, "Do you use Madden to scout your players?"
Let's talk about that. That's an interesting thing.
I will ask this though, because that is an interesting idea. Just because, in my mind, as somebody who, and let's be very, very clear, I give Coach Ware zero input on the roster. I am not stupid. But I would be if I did that. If you like the fact that somebody had a Madden rating, I'd be like, "Yo, Coach, this is intriguing. Like, is this interesting to you? Is this somebody we should consider? You know, not only for the skill but for the added, media that we get."
Think of how much money Mr. Johnson would save if he just got his kids to just look on Madden as the scouting department. Could have saved millions just doing it with Madden, but that is crazy to me.
I mean,
I just don't seem to understand that. I'm hoping that comes out as an aha moment.
I don't think so. I think it's real.
It's being talked about so much as being something factual that's almost scary. I mean,
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen anybody refute it yet either. Like I think these are real things. These all happen.
And it might be, but yes, if I had a teenager that was playing Madden and he was deciding my roster, I think I'd quit.
Well, your son is very smart. We call him 88K because the dude's just stacking up scholarships. He's too smart to make that suggestion.
Exactly. And he's been around and in the office and watch how I recruit. It's a task. It's a grueling process. It's tons of film study. It's knowing every detail about a player. It's then talking about them with them and going through a very lengthy questionnaire session and hearing their answers and then compiling all that data, getting off the phone, going through that data, and then following back up and making sure that we're making the right decision for the team. If somebody told me that by playing a video game I could pick my guys, I just hope that's a joke. I hope so. If that's not a joke,
I don't think it is, because now there's reports that Joe Douglas was quoted as saying, "I'm being told how to do my job by a teenager." There's the game ball situation where Jeff Ulbrich wins his first game as a head coach. So Aaron Rodgers gets the game ball. They're going to give it to him. The kids tell Woody they want the ball to go to Garrett Wilson. And then Ulbrich walks in with the game ball to give it to Wilson because the kid said so.
No, I get it.
The kids don't play Call of Duty. The guy was an ambassador.
Right.
We'd be at war with the UK.
I get it. There's certain privileged people that are in great positions with a great deal of finances and influence, but if that's what you're doing with it in a game that's so beautiful, a game that we love, a game that's number one in the world, I hope there's some follow up to this, and we were just joking and we were just trying to get some publicity away from us playing bad football, and we thought we'd put this stuff out and kind of. I'm hoping that's what it is. It's one of those things because that you have disregarded and disrespected the game of so many people by doing that. And the fact that it got out is even worse. Is that just takes away. I love this game. I love everything about it. I love all the work and all the people that bleed, sweat and go through all of the hardships to be a part of this game. I just hope that's a joke. That's not even a funny story to me.
How do you? Oh, I mean, as Zach sits here in a jet sweater. Sorry.
Well, we did say
ugly sweaters.
ugly
Yeah.
sweater.
But all right, so you have such a great relationship with so many players. Jerry Jeudy hears about this. So and you know, Jerry Jeudy ends up getting traded to the Browns. He's got over 1,000 yards. He's, you know, with a pretty similar cast of quarterbacks with you know, what's been going on. It's not like you had a healthy Aaron Rodgers still recently.
Right.
If you're Jerry Jeudy, how do you talk to Jerry Jeudy? You're like, hey, buddy, sorry this happened, but glad you're here instead. Like, because if you're Jerry Jeudy, you gotta be like, I knew my ratings were too low, but I didn't know it was gonna cost me a job.
I mean, that's just an ugly situation, but thank your lucky stars that you didn't get traded.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's the bigger picture. Here's a kid that played very well at the University of Alabama, that came in as a high-level draft pick. Maybe it didn't work out in Denver the way he probably had hoped, but he's looked very, very good, obviously, in the Cleveland Browns uniform. To get to a point in the season where somebody's trying to trade for you, that's a huge honor. And so your scouting department, your coaches, and everybody that put the time into, you know, scouting this individual and evaluated his talents and figuring out where in their offense that he could make a great impact. Think of all that work and time that went into it. And then he sees the report that comes out that a teenager that said his Madden rating was low was the reason he didn't get there. Now, double that with the fact that having a terrible season as it is, could have very easily lost the game against Jacksonville this past weekend.
Yep.
Really, I say Jacksonville made some key errors in the fourth quarter that could have won them the game.
First game they scored over 30 points all year.
And that's the thing is, like anything else, is the players talk. At our level, they talk. At that level, they talk. So now the conversations about going to your football team become, this is a laughable organization. This is something that should never happen to a player. This is the conversations that people are having. When the season's over and we open up free agency, how many people are going to raise their hand to say, hey, I want to go to the Jets? Unless they have a high Madden rating. Now, if you have a high Madden rating, you better ask for the, you know, the sun, the moon, and the stars.
They'll fan you with palm fronds. It'll be beautiful.
But unless it's the money, I mean, again, and I believe me, when you're talking about those numbers and they give some crazy numbers to the right players, other than the money, what would be your other motivation to go to the Jets right now?
Beyond me.
What about the GM position?
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. What would it take to get you to coach a team like that? Because again, you're one weekend Madden tournament away from being told what kind of offense to run. You know.
Now, New York Jets, I am available.
They don't have pancakes.
I am available.
They don't have French toast stacks.
Right conversation, I would come and help. But all joking aside,
you'd be back.
Like I said, I love my job. I'm not. Everybody who knows me knows I don't coach 1 foot out the door. I don't entertain other things during the season.
$2 million and you'd leave me?
No, but if someone offered me $2 million, trust me, I'm going to have that conversation.
I'd carry you there.
But yeah, just like I said, the GM, just think of, you know, of going through that process of finding players to be vetoed, you know, by a teenager that's playing Madden. What would it take? Just
Painful.
let me take my coaching hat off and put my GM hat on. What would it take to get me there as a GM? There would just be nothing there for me to, if that's the way we're doing things. And so I think they're going to have a hard time finding a general manager, hard time finding players in free agency. I just think that I hope that story's a joke. I do. We were just kidding.
So many stories this year, though. I mean, one after another, and Woody's at the head of all of them. I didn't know there's a bar, because Nick Vannard just said Minnesota Vikings are going to be Super Bowl champs. He got to be drunk. Is he drinking all the vanilla extract? Yeah, he brought it. Yeah, there's no. Come on now. Jeez.
Hey, no, that's not. Hey, Minnesota's defense under Flores is playing great. Oh, Sam Darnold is playing. This is a career year for him. Coming out of USC, he was supposed to be the guy, being a top 5 pick. All those things. It just didn't work out with him. Speaking of the Jets, you know, but now that he's away, he's with coaches that believe in him. You know, when McCarthy went down, I was surprised they didn't bring in another quarterback. They stuck with Sam Darnold. And sometimes when you stick with somebody and you put them in the right system, you can see things can happen. And he's playing the best football he's played as an NFL pro. And I just think it's a phenomenal story.
I mean, we saw that here. Sam Castronova, he came into our system, and I saw his system. My system on Madden kills. So if you want to see it, I will. Whew, I got NCAA too, man. We can get different. Student body left, I'm in. He came in, and he was coming off his worst year, and through time, practice, and everything. Now he's one of the most sought after, best quarterbacks in indoor football. And outdoor football is always trying to call him up and flirt with him too, and but it's that I watched him go from. I watched his confidence grow. And he's had the dad bod. Now he's in great shape. Come on now.
But these are the great stories about our level. And for people that don't understand, and we talk about this with the players, you have the NFL, and everybody wants to play in the NFL, and it's what's on TV and what pays the most money. But very few players are going to reach that pinnacle. So underneath that, you've got the CFL. It's been around for a long time.
Yep.
But there's obviously a restriction on how many American players can be signed on a team.
I didn't know that, to be honest with you. I didn't know that, and it makes me now want to play for Canadians. I want to because I'm not supposed to.
So it's a lot, again, Europe has a lot of the same rules for guys that are playing in the European League. Evan Lewandowski's there now. He's going to go over to Italy. And so you can only have, I think in his league, only 2 Americans can be on the field at one time. So there's very huge restrictions as to.
I'm sorry, I just picture like refs on the papers. I'm sorry. Excuse me, papers. There's 2 of your Americans on the field. There'll be no more.
The funniest thing is, like I said, football's been being played there since the 80s.
Yeah.
So like I said, I went over there, had my fun, got to see the world. It was fun. Met a lot of good people, but just the level of talent, and when you can only have a couple of Americans, it's really the game was how do I get my local kids prepared to play versus the Americans are going to have huge games, and so it's you kind of don't have to coach them as much. Your time is spent coaching the local kids, and there's language barriers and all these things. And
I thought you were over there as a player.
So no, this was why I was coaching over there, and so like I said, every team I took to a championship game over there. It was fun. It was exciting, but I knew it, obviously with the family and everything we had going on, obviously had to be back in the States. And so, for kids that there's nothing else, you want a vacation, you want to be to play some ball. You're looked at as a high level player. Doesn't matter if you've played 1 year of college ball, they're going to treat you like you're an NFL star. And so again, there's some qualities over there that are fun for the lower level players, but the level of talent maybe D3, D2 college at best, the best teams over there. And so, but like I said, there's just all these restrictions again going to the CFL. So then you got the UFL,
Yep.
Which was the merger between the XFL and the USFL. And again, where do they get most of their players? Guys that were cut from the NFL. So you just see NFL, long shot. CFL, a lot of restrictions. UFL, a lot of the guys are coming straight from the NFL team. So there's only a limited amount of spots that you can find yourself and put yourself in that position. So what's next? It's us. So think of the top 3 of the pyramid are super hard to get into. And then there's us. And we're very hard to get into too, but we're another level where kids can come and build value. It's, and again, we've been successful getting guys to move up. And that's what it's all about is, I tell guys in our interview process. So once you get past your draftable year coming out of college, you're no longer special. And it's a hard thing to swallow. It's, hey, I played 4 years at the University of Alabama. I was special. I was on TV. I'm doing all kinds of interviews. I might get on a commercial. I'm this, I'm that. I got an NIL deal. All that's great. I don't go in the draft. I'm not a preferred free agent. It just ends being special right there. So you call me. The first things I tell kids, you're not special to me. And they hate that, but it's the truth. You're not. You've never caught a pass from me. You've never thrown a touchdown. You've never made a tackle. You haven't caught an interception. You haven't forced a fumble. You haven't done anything for me. So I'm not going to treat you as you're special. If you want to call somebody, call your college coach. Get him on the phone. Hey, coach, I just need to feel like I'm special today. Because from here on out, it's hard work. This is a brutal business. And so again, I'm glad my youngest is going to go to medical school. I wouldn't want him to go through how hard this process is.
I'm good too, because we need a team doctor. So
we certainly do. And I want him to take care of me as I grow older. I will trust him instead of some doctor randomly giving me some kind of drugs that I don't need. So yes, I want him to treat me as well. But the whole point is it's brutal. And so what you need to do is take yourself back to the point where you knew how hard you need to work to stay in the game, because that's where this starts. You come here, we bring 35 of the best players in the country out. 11 of you guys are going home. That's already a sad thing for me. As soon as I sign you, I know 11 of you guys got to go home. So that's already a tough thing. So to come here, think of the success that we've had in Albany. When you come here as one of the 35, you can't come in and be complacent, because look at the track record. So kids got to come in. I tell them, you're coming out of shape. That'll be the first way to get on my bad list. You won't make it very long if you come out of shape, because then I know you just don't want to be a pro player. So there's all these things. So you come in, you've got to be coachable, learn a whole new system. You've got to be taught differently. The game is a little different. All the fundamentals aren't the same. And so you have to be open-minded and willing to work on a daily basis. We work. Somebody had to prove that they work harder than us. I'd have to see their days. I've not had one player that was in another organization and came here and said, we worked harder somewhere else.
I've actually seen the opposite. I've seen guys leave here and then go, man, I thought we worked too hard, but I miss winning. So I've seen the exact opposite.
And like I said, it's a process. If I had a magic wand, I'd be magic wanding my way through the NFL, not here. So at the end of the day, I know here's our plan. I know every detail. I know how to build a culture, and we're going to work, and we're going to work hard at it. So if you're not a kid that can make it, I'm not special. I got to start over. I've got to be very coachable, and I've got to work hard as heck. That's what you got to do to get out of here.
Yep.
So again, and then on top of that, if you're not one of the statistical leaders in our league, your chances of getting out of here are slim. So let's take success stories. Okay. Take Sean Brown.
Yeah.
Okay. I've had Sean Brown since 2017, his rookie year.
I didn't know I was going to like him when he walked in, because he keeps himself a little bit, and it when you're that big and you're that successful and you've done so much, it comes like, I'm like, he can't be shy. This has got to be arrogance. No, he's just not. Once he likes you though, you're good. You're covered.
He's a good kid. He's like a son to me.
Completely misread him. I love it.
I literally talk to him probably every day, and if not every day, it's every other day. I mean, but I would say probably every day.
He scared the cock out of me driving to New Jersey. I didn't know what he drove, and he buzzed me. Yeah, he got me. He got me. Pulled right up to me, laid on the horn, opened the window.
So, but take him and just the basic things and just the cliff notes, so we don't go through the whole story. But came in 2017 as a rookie. Ken comes out of a smaller school in HBCU. Everybody believes they should be at the highest level. I did the same thing. Yeah, I think I should be, whatever. So you come in, you realize, damn, I'm not special. It's a hard thing to swallow. I've been special. This coach not treating me special. I could do whatever I want. I got training time. I got this. I got that. I got gear waiting for me in my locker. I'm special at college. Now you come here and you're not special anymore. So stop with the, hey, I want this, I want that. No, you're not special. So we had to get through that moment. Sean Hilton will laugh. He was good for 3 personal fouls a game. I told him after a couple of games, I said, you one more personal foul, I'm cutting you.
That's how holding and stuff, or
tough guy, after the play, dumping people on the ground, that kind of stuff. Okay. So I said, hey, if you're going to play out of control and you're going to do that, I'll play. So we had to get through that moment. He was starting to learn, as we worked hard as heck with him, starting to get through the season, had a very good offensive line, had 3 very good offensive line, doing very well. And I felt he was getting a little complacent. And so again, I'll never forget the kid's name, Casey Peters. I brought him in on a 2-day waiver. He comes into practice, wrecking shop. Every play. And I was like, called Sean at the office. I'm like, Sean, look, here's the deal. I feel like you're getting a little complacent. I said, Casey came in wrecking shop. It's between you and him who goes on the road this weekend. So I always laugh with Sean. I know you went back to your apartment and probably cussed me up one side or the other. And he, no, coach. I was mad, but yeah, like I said, I was young. You probably went back and have Coach Ware. And but
don't press send. Write it all day long, but don't push send.
Right. So comes back the next day, has his best practice in a while. I ended up starting both those kids in the game. Had a very phenomenal game.
Oh, so you lied.
So,
you said you only take one. You took both.
Yeah, took them both because they were both doing a great job. So you take that. We went into 2018 together, went to another organization, led the league in offense, did a lot of great things. He was right on that cusp now of now it's taking little things on the film and how do we put it in a way that scouts wanted to see you again. So a lot of stuff that we did, obviously won't give away the trade secrets of everything, but again, we finally got him to a point where he was at that level and he's being talked to by the upper level. So long story short, ends up going to Philadelphia, starting a majority of a whole season. All those things happen. Boom, he comes, he plays his 2 years in Philadelphia. He gets signed as a free agent to Pittsburgh. USFL, XFL merge, team leaves. And again, what does he do? Instead of, and I know he went through it.
Yeah.
Damn, I was special again. And now, dang it, I got to call Coach Ware.
We take this special and put it in my pocket for now. I'll bring it back out after Coach says I can have it.
And we laughed about it because I know, like I said, I you can ask him. I told him, please don't never come back to this level. Yeah. Do your thing. And so we talked. He was waiting, leading up till training camp. I gave him a long leash as far as whether he was going to get signed back to the new UFL or come in with us. And so, but think about that. That's a kid we've done all the hard work, got him up to the highest level. And when it didn't work out, he came right back to me. And then 1 year later, he's right back to where he needs to be. And so that's it. Like I said, not to make this about myself and everything, but we have a place here that you can build value and that we can get you out of here. And so not that, I don't guarantee it for anybody. There's a lot of factors that has to happen for you to move up, but we've moved up enough guys that, again, we've got a place for guys to come where they could learn, become better players, build value, and ultimately, hopefully, we can get you out of here. And so the UFL is looking at our roster. I've got a lot of calls this year about our roster. And so that also says a lot about our testament of just who we recruit.
Yeah.
And I love that, though. And like I said, it is bittersweet. Here's a guy, I got that's probably going to make our starting, linebacker. And next thing you know, UFL, hey, we want him.
Right.
You have permission to talk to him. Yep. Next thing you know, hey, we're going to sign him. Is that okay? Can you release? It's bittersweet. But I would always so proud of these guys when they make it. As you move up, the money moves up. And so it can be more life-changing and you can do more things and you could live more comfortably and all those. And that's what it's all about.
I can borrow more money.
That too. But again, those are the exciting things. And again, this year alone, just, 3 guys have moved up. It's a great thing. And so, like I said, we're going to keep just recruiting the best athletes. We're going to keep coaching them up. We're going to keep putting you in a very hard system. Like I tell our guys, we treat our team like an NFL team. Everything that I did when I spent my time with the Saints, we do at practice. I mean, we don't treat this any differently. The money's different, and that's it. And if you want to come here and you think this is going to be part-time football because you don't make $1 million, you're going to get run up out of here.
Denise asked a question, and we found this answer out right before. And I say we found this answer out right before the show today. Last week, you teased 4th player that moved up. Who is it? We found out that Ben was counting last season too. Last season, Malik went up to the CFL, and this season we had 3 to the UFL. So Ben teased it as if it was happening right now, but Mr. Media over there was talking about last year too. So I just
there
so
are
we
some
know.
people that are getting talked to. There is a couple more players, and I'll be super excited if those players get a chance to move up. It obviously hurts, especially the closer it gets to training camp. But we're always ready for those things. It's a great story for the kids. It's a great story for us as well. And so we'll wish those kids well. And anytime if I got a bye week and I can get out to see these kids play, I will always be there. And that's one thing about me is once you've played for me and again, you've done for me, you have somebody that you can call for life. And like I said, guys like Sean Brown, again, I talk to every day. There's plenty of my players that I talk to on a regular basis. And that's an important thing. I'm very relationship oriented. And when you spend so much time with people and help them attain certain things, it just builds a bond that you'll never forget. So it's always fun.
Alan Sidley is going to be in the he might be in trouble here. Will there be anyone on the team that could be a viable candidate as a backup kicker? Dude, my man's picking scabs from the mall right now, but I guess it's like anybody who's watched football long enough, you get to that point where like the kicker gets hurt, and sometimes all of a sudden like an offensive lineman comes out, and he kicks the ball like straight up in the air.
Yeah.
Is there ever anybody on our? I know everybody on our roster thinks they can kick, which
that's the one thing everybody does think.
They all and the amount of times that I've had to go to the arena and apologize for whatever they've broken by kicking the ball off to the left and taking out a TV screen or whatever.
Yep.
Is there anybody on our roster that actually could kick?
Besides the other than kicker, and like I said, if that's something we have to worry about, then we're in trouble. Yeah. We've only got 24 players. I mean, we used to have 25. We're down to 24. Trust me, everybody that we have on this team has a purpose. And if I had to find 2 kickers, then we're in trouble. So at the end of the day, we need the skill position players. We need the linemen. There's so many positions that we need. This is a tough game.
Even here, they're all walking there like, I could probably. Everybody's like stretching their leg out. Like, oh my God, look at Ben and Nick. They're like both hats backwards on their phones in their ugly sweaters. Oh my God.
I know. We need to get a picture of that.
Yeah. Everybody should be at IHOP just see the Tweedledee and Tweedledum over here.
But yeah, funny thing is when I was in Europe, we had the championship football team, and one of my best receivers went out there kicking the ball in pregame and pulled his hip and missed a couple weeks. It was a huge game, and it's unfortunate. But everybody, that's the funniest thing is you throw a ball on the ground, everybody wants to be a kicker. But then in the game, nobody likes kickers. Nobody. It's the funniest thing.
Right.
If I roll a ball on the ground, somebody's going to come and kick it. Like
right.
it's a wild dilemma. But I hate that. I always tell guys, do not kick the ball. I'll never forget that moment. One of my best receivers went out for like 3 weeks from kicking a ball in pregame. So
Nick Bernard said he was a 3rd-string kicker in high school. So if we need him, aren't you guys? Right, so you're taking on Nick in the office fantasy football playoffs this week.
Oh man, don't say that. I have again. I've been number 1 the whole year. Team has outscored everybody by a huge amount of points. Get to the playoffs. I have 3 teams. Every one of my teams lost the first round.
I'm in the same
Everyone. I'm mortified. I probably went on like a 7-8 year stretch where I won one of my leagues every year, and the team that I have, I love. That's the thing. And they just happen to all have their worst games in the first round of the playoffs.
It's
crazy.
All the kids from our owners just called and they said, since you can't do fantasy football, you can't run the team anymore. All
right. I'm going on vacation then because
no, you're not. 2.0's on the phone. Yeah, I'm winning the pick league, so maybe I should run the team.
That's another story in itself. That is.
We're in a pick league where you pick all the games each week against the spread. And we're getting beat by Mike Quarta's daughter. She is
number 1 right now.
She is destroying it. I'm actually fighting out for last place.
Me and Mike are close to the top, but it's like I said, I asked him, I was like, does she really make all the picks, or is there?
Well, he's usually not that high.
Watching a YouTube channel or anything? And he goes, does it? I'm like, wow, it's impressive.
It really is. I'm
over here being far too analytical on all my picks, and figuring out the scores and who's going to cover the spread. And it is like I said, going against spread, it is hard. It is not an easy thing. It is. Picking a winner is one thing, but when you got, teams that are, 16.5 points, it's so hard to pick, teams that are hot right now versus teams that aren't. And the next thing you know, they get blown out by 30. You're like, huh? How?
But a 16-year-old girl is smoking us.
Maybe we should do the teenager pick the guys.
That's you imagine open tryouts. She's there with a clipboard.
Now,
I'm here for it.
She can do that.
I'm here for it.
Yes.
I bet she would give you some good notes. Like she used to listen to her father tear us all apart all day. She's got to be analytical in some way. I mean, come on.
I'm sure. 2.0 is it's a great name for it.
Oh my God. All right. So we're live at IHOP in Clifton Park. It's our first time here for the show. We're excited about it. We're going to be doing a lot more with IHOP. I can't even talk. My mouth's watering. I want food. Are there any questions from the flock that we haven't addressed yet? Because if you got questions, we'll hit them for you. I see the Van Vrankens are here. I haven't seen them at one of these. And they walked in, they knew who they were. I'm like, they had like all-star. They like
right.
They were fanning them on the way to the table. I was like, what's up? Get it.
Hang with them more often.
Stephanie Wade's trying to help out. She says, just pick whoever plays against the Jets and you'll be good. Jets won last week.
I picked the Jaguars too. I think it was a 3.5-point spread, and they ended up winning by 6.
I took the Jets because all the noise that Rodgers made about not having 30 points yet. I'm like, they're going to score 30. I just don't know if it's going to be enough. But any questions in here? Ben, how you doing? You good? Yeah. What's that? The Chiefs have a better record. Is it? Yeah, but they're better. Mahomes has not missed a minute of practice. All right. Okay.
Bills are playing good football. I'll give them credit. They're playing some good football. But,
I love watching them play. I just don't like Ben.
And you see his ugly sweater is white and blue.
Yeah.
Go figure.
Listen, you guys are focused on this stupid little Super Bowl thing. As a Raider fan, I'm all about the draft. I'm ready. I'm glad that they made it where I don't have to worry about this season. Let's go hire people.
When do they turn it around?
I think it's going to come down to probably the same day Mark Davis has a good haircut. I don't know. I mean, I was doing the correlation today because like I've grown up and I feel bad for Jets fan because I remember George Steinbrenner, like we're never going to win because he's gone crazy. And then he gets kicked out of the game for a while and they build an amazing team and we go on a run. Hal's not great, but at least he's a sane owner for Hal Steinbrenner. Now Mark Davis after Al Davis, where it's like, well.
What do you think Al Davis is doing in his grave?
Oh, he's probably playing pinochle with Satan. That guy was. I love Al Davis. Don't get me wrong, but he was not the nicest person. Both him and Steinbrenner born on the 4th of July. Yeah, real Americans right there, my friend. Yeah. Oh. Al Davis is probably so mad that his son got the team to Vegas and he couldn't. He's like, I never want to admit he was my kid.
That's horrible.
Listen, I heard it from my dad. It's fine. You get over it. All right. Well, I guess that's it for questions from the flock. And we can beat on the Raiders a little bit afterwards if you guys want, but I'm going to eat first. Tommy Gross, no questions? You have you walk in, you ask 25 questions. Nothing? What's that? No? Tim Capper. Well, it's usually out of your control. Let me see what he said here. Thoughts on teams playing 3 games in 11 days or worse? Oh, for what's going on with the Chiefs and everything and whatever. You
probably heard my thoughts on those type of things from last year. So I feel the same way. It's this game is hard and it takes a lot to get through it week in and week out. It puts a toll on bodies and brains and everything else. And so I just think that there's just never a good excuse to speed the game times up week to week. I just think that it should be a week. I get it. There's network deals and there's all these things and it's worth so much money. And I get that. And I'm not, it's above my pay grade, but anytime you're making somebody play a Thursday night and then they turn around and play a Sunday and a Sunday, that's a lot to put on somebody's body, especially at that level, the speed of the game and the strength of that game and just the athletes that you're playing against. I just think that's never a good idea. And so, what can you do though?
Yeah.
I'll be right there watching on Thursday night though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's why you've got the 2 games on Saturday because they're all playing Wednesday. They're just playing different each other. That's different. This is good to see. Everybody, one of our favorite people on the entire planet, Nate Starling Jr. is watching. Love and miss you guys. We love and miss you too, Nate. You are the best.
How you doing, Nate?
I mean, we're not here if Nate doesn't decide to bring the team to Albany.
Could we borrow your weather for a couple months to send it up? We'll send ours down. And, like I said, we'll be in shorts and T-shirt, and you guys can wear some parkas and boots. But, never mind.
Ooh. All right, we're live at IHOP, and Nate, we love you, brother. Merry Christmas, Lisa.
Happy holidays.
Said Merry Christmas, guys. This is the last show for the year. We'll do this again after New Year's, and and then we'll both leave for a little bit and we'll come back. But Ben's gonna do the show by himself when we're not here. So you and Nick, I would pay to see Ben Nelson and Nick
We're
Bernard.
actually going to chat now. We're not gonna go live. We'll do it. We'll have them
We'll do a
tape
test
it.
show.
So we'll do it. So again, maybe like on Tuesday, you guys tape the show, send it to us, let us watch it, and then if it's good, we'll post it on Thursday.
Be Flock M, Flock Middle School.
Yeah.
I'm in.
I like that. I like that. Flock him. There we go.
I will literally be on a cruise ship going, I just need Wi-Fi. I don't care about the bikini right now. I want. All right.
We're all about development, though.
Yeah.
That's hey, that goes for the front office too. So hey, yeah, we're gonna challenge you guys to put together a tape show and send it to us, and maybe we'll post it. That'd be good.
But Mother Flocker, please have Ben and Nick do a show. You guys, it's in. Father Flocker letting people know that you missed out. IHOP handing out free entree coupons, man. You guys, listen, these guys have been amazing hosts.
Absolutely.
We will definitely be back here. We'll invade the Albany store too. Don't worry. I mean, we're going to be all over both, but this is great. And now it's time for us to eat.
Absolutely.
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays, everybody. He is the head coach, the general manager. He takes no advice from video games. He's Damon Ware. My life is a video game. I'm Jeff Levack. That hurt. Oh, it hurts every time.
I know.
Hurts every time. You know, Merry Christmas to everybody who actually thought about clapping. Tommy Gross. Never forget this. You've wronged me.
Wow.
We can't end the show without those two little words. 1, 2, 3. Fuck you. Jerks.